Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to TRS Live with your hosts Brian Keller, Matt Trotz, and Zach Hoffman, presented by The Real Shot.
I'ma do this here forever.
EQ.
Forever.
Triune.
Forever.
Yeah.
Forever. I'ma do this here forever.
Let's go.
All you haters better get comfy. This the day you've been waiting on. Y'all road is finna get bumpy. This the track I'm making my statement on. I ain't going nowhere. This the place that I'm making home. I'll do this shit forever. Hit the gas and I'm taking off. Ow. I was born with passion. My job is never ending and my hustle's everlasting. No matter what, I'm gon' ball, even with my back to the wall. And the best part is that this is the beginning. I'ma do this here forever. Forever.
Dun, 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 dun.
There we go.
There it is.
All right.
Great mornings, everybody. Still riding solo. The BK Lounge is still in Lake Gunnersville.
Lake Gunnersville.
Fishing.
Fishing in chocolate milk.
Easy, yeah. It's awesome. So I talked to him. Good morning, Tony. I talked to him on Monday. I had some brief questions for him. So if those who don't know, I think Brian told us, he is pre-fishing for a tournament. Good morning, Ryan. That he's got going on. I think it starts Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Something like that.
Something like that. But, yeah, Brian's down there fishing, and I said, dude, what's the weather like? Because where he is, there's all those big tornadoes and stuff that went through that area. He said that was like 2 hours south of him. Yeah, Ryan just mentioned he got that big crappie. But he said the temperature that day on Monday was 35 degrees and snowing.
Right? Yeah, I don't know, man. This weather is getting all weird on us.
Yeah, everybody's got a little dose of cabin fever at this point. I'm ready to get outside. Well, and then, I mean, for those who don't live in Wisconsin, there's the big crappie right there.
Yeah, here.
What did he say? 16 inches and over 2 pounds?
Yeah, 16 inches and 2.4 pounds.
And what did he say it hit? What is it, red-eye?
It's a red-eye shad.
Red-eye shad. That's a lipless crankbait.
Yeah.
That bait's like 2 inches long, roughly, inch and a half.
Yeah,
and
that's a pretty
I don't
decent
remember
size
how many
bait.
ounces it was, but that's a big bait, and that's a big crappie. So anyone else have – oh, I'm hearing no sound.
I think Ryan can hear us.
Ryan,
I'm
can you hear us?
assuming, yeah.
Tony says no sound.
We've got sound output, so I don't know if maybe
Turn your volume up.
Volume up.
So,
Either
yeah,
on
if
the
anybody
screen or-
can't hear us, let us know. Hopefully. I don't know sign language, so. But, yeah, so he's down there fishing, so he's gone now. And again, he comes back on Sunday.
Sunday.
So he'll be back in the studio on Monday morning with us. Joining it. Yeah, Ryan says, we're good. Tony, turn your volume up. But, yeah, so that's pretty cool. And then, like I was saying, for anybody that is not from Wisconsin that's watching the show today, we're supposed to warm up. Justin says, that awesome, sounds good. But now they're calling for another snowstorm again this weekend.
Yeah, I'm not excited for that, man. I'm just this whole snowstorm thing. I get it, we're in Wisconsin, and I get we can't really complain because it happens all the time.
It happens.
It's a thing here, but like it's never something you get used to. It just gets really old really fast.
Well, in a typical year, we're on a warm up.
Right.
The warm up is slow this year.
Yep.
We got, in some areas 4 or 5 plus feet of snow to deal with. So I think everybody's just got a douse of cabin fever. So again, we're going to kind of warm things up again the rest of the week. Remember that on Friday here at the Real Shot, we have the Great Lakes Open Turkey Call, as Carl wants me to specify. Making competition. Yeah,
that's gonna be a really cool event. I've never seen anything like it before, so I'm really excited to get in there and see just what it's all about. I mean, I remember being a kid. I never turkey hunted. My dad did maybe a little bit, but I as a kid I always played with deer and turkey calls.
Yes,
and I remember I had like some really cool, like they were obviously mass produced, but they were always really cool and etched and whatnot, and it would annoy the heck out of my parents in my bedroom making turkey calls.
Well, that's the best way. If anybody wants to learn how to do a turkey call, just start going on it. Scratch boxing.
Yeah, go to your parents' house and do it.
Yeah,
while they're trying to sleep.
Well, what I think is going to start happening around the office is I'm going to start bringing mine out, and then we'll see how fast I can annoy somebody.
I mean, I don't know if
Spring is in the air, dude.
3 5-hour energies and a turkey call of you are going to make a good combo.
You have no idea. Well, but we had mentioned that you are going to become a turkey hunter this spring.
Yeah, I'm thinking so.
We got Zach signed up. We got reached out to by Charlie Wanty, who heads up the Learn to Hunt program for the Wapaka Beards. That's who Carl is affiliated with, is Wapaka Longbeards. So I mentor for that. That's an outstanding event and everything like that. I'm trying to get Charlie hooked up so he can come in here and boast about that. But Zach's my hunter this year.
Yeah, it'll be a fun time.
And we're going to try to video that as much as we possibly can.
Yeah, we're going to whisper at cameras a lot.
We are. We're going to do it. Zach, don't move. Dude, just be prepared. You're going to hear a lot of that.
Yeah.
Don't move. Don't move.
And I'll be like, what?
What? You're going to be in a blind. We're going to be blacked out in the blind, but you're still going to hear don't move quite a bit. So that's cool. So, again, we're going to kind of maintain that. We got some more turkey hunting talk coming up on Friday. I got 2 gentlemen that one is the Wisconsin president for the NWTF.
Yep.
And then the other gentleman is a writer for the NWTF.
Right.
So they'll be here at the Real Shot talking about that, and then they're going to trickle out to the floor and do the judging. I'm excited for all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, your computer is crazy, Tony. He said my computer is going crazy. Ha ha. I'm laughing about it, too. But today's a good one, too. Zach's back in studio.
Back in the studio.
Feeling 100%.
100%. Maybe 98%.
Okay.
A little bit of animosity going on in the stomach area, but that was bad, man.
Would you ever figure out what happened?
Yeah. I don't know if it was salmonella or if it was pretty close to salmonella.
So do we got to apologize to Jamie? She wasn't plotting your murder.
So it wasn't her fault. And I'm not going to name places, but a friend of mine and I went and got lunch at the same, sketchy Chinese food restaurant buffet on Saturday, and by Monday morning, mine hit at midnight, his hit at like 6 in the morning. We were both feeling exactly the same, like we just wanted to die.
Yep.
And it was pretty much the most awful sickness I've had that I didn't know I was sick. You know what I mean? Like that hit like a freight train, and then just like that this morning, it was completely out of here.
Right. You and I had texted yesterday or messaged each other yesterday quite a bit. You were not in office. And every time I texted you or messaged you, you said you were feeling a little bit better.
Just a little bit better.
So that's awesome. We're glad to have you back. And we're you add some brightness to the room. I feed off of your energy, and we're going to make it happen today. But, yeah,
definitely.
Megan Keller is asking and wants to know our NWTF, that's the Nomad clothing, is on the floor.
Awesome.
It's looking great. And we got our displays in. We got our hook and display Nomad, so it's going to look real flossy. Is that a word? Is that a cool
flossy?
word?
Yeah.
Flossy?
Flossy.
Flossy. And then I also saw today by strolling through the warehouse that among more Great Lakes tackle that you can shake a stick at, but our Avian X turkey calls have come in as well.
Really? Did we get any of the decoys in?
They are not here yet that I saw.
Are we getting those like hyper realistic ones in that we found?
For sure.
Oh yeah,
I'm
excited for those.
Are redunculous looking.
Redunculous.
I have probably a half a dozen turkey decoys.
Okay.
And that's probably like 4 more than what a person really needs.
Right.
But I just go full flock. Like I'm almost like a duck hunter and a goose hunter. I have so many turkey decoys. So you're going to have fun, Zach. You're going to have fun. So, yeah, if you're looking for turkey apparel, the hook clothing is about to hit the floor as well. So, dude, the facelift is still continuing to happen.
Wait, does Hook make turkey apparel?
Hook and Nomad are the same company.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Did I not express that?
I did not know that.
Yep. Hook and Nomad. I don't know if how that all works.
Right.
But yes, so
that explains it though. That explains the similar camo patterns, just different colors.
Correct.
Awesome. So that's another hit my bank account needs to take is Nomad and Hook this year.
I'm such a fan of Sitka gear, but I really love.
I like the Sitka, but I mean, I think my bank account and I kind of like the looks of the Nomad gear too.
They got some really cool casual clothing up there.
Yeah, they do.
Yep. So anybody that's coming in, and
hey, real quick, I'm gonna interject. Gun room. We
have
lights.
Dude,
I came back.
The lights are up now.
There's lights in
there.
there.
They're working hard. Mark and Steve are
lit.
working hard. And I got a taste yesterday. I got to look at a couple of the guns, a couple of the shotguns. I have a buddy that I'm going to try to get in here on Monday who's hosting a St. Jude's pheasant hunt.
Sure.
And he's going to explain that more. Hopefully he can roll in on Monday. But he's purchasing probably the first gun from the Real Shot as soon as we're able to sell them. and which is I think coming up around the 17th of March if everything goes as well as planned.
Oof.
But Steve showed us a awesome Mossberg 410 pump that could kill some turkeys, and he also showed us a sweet deal that he got on some Winchester shotguns that the quantity is limited. So
Man, I will tell you, our gun collection that has been amassed for this is just nuts. Okay, so as a gun guy myself, I have been really out of touch with it, for the last couple of years, but when I see what we're putting into this, I go to a lot of our competitor stores just to walk around when I'm bored or in town where they're at. And when I'm there and I look at their gun selection, I'm like, wow, you guys have a lot of guns, and they're all boring.
Right.
They're all boring. They're all the run-of-the-mill, oh, you want a shotgun? Here's your 20 or 12 gauge. They're all black. Here you go. What do you want?
Right.
And I'm like, wow, that's awesome. They're all budget and, great. But we're bringing in the best of, every realm when it comes to firearms. We're bringing in the best of the budget. There's not going to be any, plastics that are falling apart on these brand-new weapons. And then we're also bringing in some of the top-of-the-line stuff that, only collectors are really going to want to purchase.
Yep.
But it's all so cool, and I'm just so excited for it.
Yeah, when we had Steve in here the first couple of times talking about the gun stuff, and he'll be rolling in again shortly, but he don't want no lame gun stuff in here. I know that wasn't grammatically correct how I just said that.
He don't want none.
I don't want it. But the gun collection is gonna look sweet. So if anybody's in the area, stop it and at least just check that out.
Right.
And then while we're on that same topic, we do want to tell people that we are in the process of construction. So we apologize for that, and we're gonna work through that as quickly as we possibly can. But just please be patient, as some things are in a disarray.
Yep.
And, we're working through that, but it's only, again, going to be the benefit of the shopper of the Real Shot.
Right.
It's only going to make the in-store shopper, a lot more happy, and it's going to only streamline the warehouse process, the shipping process. And, again, like Megan said here, I just do want to give a shout-out to that's Rick, that's Ty, that's Logan, that's Lance, that's Justin, that's Mark, that's Steve, that's all Matt Egger, all the buyers, all the guys that work so hard day in and day out.
Right.
All the front staff, Tony, now our new hire, Randy, there's Nick, there's Eggert. There's so many people that are doing an amazing job to getting the product out as fast as they can. We got Nick taking pictures on a daily basis. We got Megan, and we got the Real Shot staff is just busting it right now.
And everything that they do is what supports us to be here today.
Correct.
So that's pretty much the best part about it. And, they're putting in all this work, and it's only going to pay off. But I do have to say, when we knock down that wall out there, could we do like a music video style David Hasselhoff, the Berlin Wall style video? Mm-hmm. Like, you want to dance on some cars?
No, I don't want to give too much information, but I got some hair on my chest. You Days of Hasselhoff, can you pull that off?
I look like David Hasselhoff now.
Yeah.
I look more like the John Travolta now.
Oh yeah. You're not the running on the beach David Hasselhoff.
I'm more like the sitting on the beach with a white T-shirt on David Hasselhoff.
Yeah, true story. True story. And you're swimming. Why is that dude swimming in a T-shirt?
Oh man. You ever go to a water park and see everybody wearing white T-shirts? Yeah, that's me.
Yeah. Well, speaking of that too, we got a little trip coming up for the four of us. That's you, me, Megan, and Brian. We're heading to the Bassmaster Classic.
Yep.
That's in Knoxville, Tennessee, and that we leave on the 15th.
Yep.
So there may not be a show the 15th or the 18th.
Right.
We're going to try to do some live stuff. I don't think we're hauling all the camera equipment with us. We're going to be trying to be too busy filming. So we'll keep people posted, but we do plan on going live a number of times, but it just may not be in TRS live format.
I think we're going to be going live from our phones from wherever we're at on location. I think we're going to be doing a lot of adventuring.
Yep.
And I feel like it's mostly, for the most part, going to be just the two of us out adventuring, just like ATA a little bit. So
yeah, we plan on vlogging that pretty much that whole trip.
Yeah, and we're gonna try and get into some mischief and get some things rolling. So it'll be a good time.
We do have.
Plus, we're staying in an Airbnb, a really nice looking Airbnb.
It looks
I've never been in
futuristic.
one before. I've never been in an Airbnb before.
Oh, really?
It's weird. I've never just slept in some random internet person's house before, but I'm excited for it. It's going to be a good time.
2019 is bursting a lot of your bubbles, Zach.
Yeah,
it's in a good
different.
way, right?
Yeah,
in
definitely
a good way. So we're rolling up on around 10:15. Thanks to everybody who's joining in. We got Mr. Keller himself joined in. I think he's still in Florida.
Something like that.
Hopefully the weather's nice for him down there and he's getting to enjoy it. But the main focus for today's show is we're rolling in. We're talking with Caleb Niedfeldt.
I
When
always
he
second
first
guess
thing,
myself.
when he said it during the video, I think we're gonna
Yep.
play this video, and I still mess it up.
I'm just horrible because I overthink it. Like I probably
know.
know which one's right, but then I just overthink it
Yeah, you
because
always
there's two
correct me.
options. But we're introducing Fishing for the Heart.
Fishing for the
with
Heart.
Caleb, and Caleb's going to be on here via Skype here shortly. But we're going to actually roll into an introductory video of what his organization, Fishing for the Heart, actually is. So I'm actually going to roll that video right now.
Roll that beautiful bee footage. That's the Bush way. But Caleb's been in-house a couple of times doing seminars. They always go off well, so he's a really great guy. So
Definitely. Let's get this rolling.
let's get it rolling here.
Fishing for me has always been an opportunity to escape the noise of the world and be at peace. And I think all of us need that in our lives to block out that noise, and especially nowadays with the amount of social media and computer time and devices and things like that. My name is Caleb Niedfeldt, and I'm the founder of Fishing for the Heart. Fishing for the Heart is a program that's designed to go into the schools, to work with churches, with boys and girls clubs, YMCAs, and other organizations within the community. And we work with at-risk kids, but at-risk kids are not just kids that, are living in poverty or kids from the inner city. I view an at-risk kid as every kid, because the number of kids that are in the outdoors today is less and less and less. It's a lot easier to sit inside, look on a device, watch TV, play on the iPhone or whatever it is, and there's not as many mentors available either. So this is a true first-time experience for some of these kids. And it's also an opportunity for them to experience what I consider living the real life, the good life. So fishing is a tool that we use to help kids develop character. It teaches you patience, humility, adaptability. It teaches you to appreciate nature, to appreciate other people, and also an opportunity to give thanks to God for the different blessings that you have in this world. Step one is we bring the equipment actually into the facility where the young people are gathered, and we teach them how to cast, how to cast accurately, how to reel in, and we play different games with them at the school. Each student gets a free rod and reel and a tackle box. The second time we come in, step two, we actually teach them the different things that they need to know in order to be safe on the water and successful. And then step three, we actually take them out and do the real thing. Kids show up expecting that they're going to learn how to fish, but they leave with so much more. If you wish to be a participant or a sponsor for this program, check us out at fishingfortheheart.com.
All right.
It's awesome. That video is really hits what his organization is all about.
Well, I want to. You can hear me, right? I don't hear myself in my headset, but I can definitely see that I can hear myself. So, one thing that I really like about that organization is, as somebody who grew up in what you would consider an at-risk youth to a point, having something like that I think would have been so beneficial, at least in my life. And I think that it's super awesome that there's somebody out there that's doing that type of work. because it's the truth that not only are kids spending way too much time in front of TVs and whatnot, but there's a lot of kids that are growing up in situations that are not teaching them life lessons, but they're teaching them not really maybe how to be the best person, and to have a mentor to come in and teach you something like fishing, which I know for me is the best stress reliever in the world. Unless, I've lost 6 lures in one day and not caught a fish. But no, I think that's
all.
like the
As
best.
Ty Cornell would say, you're not fishing in the right spots if you ain't losing lures. So.
Yeah.
But no, we're excited. I mean, the only thing we got to do is Caleb is a full-time teacher. That sounds a lot
There
better.
we go.
He's a full-time teacher as well as he's running this organization. So right now he has to go into I think a media room at school. So we're waiting for him to be able to Skype in. He said he'd be available shortly after 10:15ish. So. But we've had Caleb in store multiple times. He's done mostly ice fishing seminars for us. And they've always been very, very well done. And what we always ask him to do is talk about his organization and, get it out there for a lot of people. I mean, he supports the Real Shot, so we want to support him and what he does. So I'm excited to get him around here and this morning and talk to him. And plus, he had also reached out to myself, and he said that we should do a late season panfish.
Right.
Try to get on some big bluegills. So if we ever get to a late season portion of ice fishing, we're gonna try to meet up with Caleb and go out there and do a little bit of ice fishing, and But while we're waiting for that, we can talk about ice fishing a little bit. We still have an awesome selection here at the store. Now there are some items that we're out of.
Right.
I can't believe we sold through it, but the radioactive pickle is gone.
I think we had the best price out there though, which was really awesome.
Yep.
And that's one thing I want to drill home real quick is, a lot of people will say that, I've seen a couple people on, Facebook groups and whatnot, where we're talking about TRS or something, and maybe 1 or 2 people will chirp in and be like, well, you guys aren't the cheapest around. I'm like, well, one, we're not the biggest company, so we don't have a lot of buying power, but let us know what we're not cheap on so we can help. You know what I mean? So if we can, we will help you out.
Yep.
But also, most of the time I see that we're right in line where we need to be or even better.
Very competitive.
I don't ever see a problem with that. However, I'm going to ring up Caleb here.
Oh, sweet. So we get to listen to the Skype call?
Ready. We do, but the audience doesn't.
Oh, I love the Skype call. Yeah, every time. Head beat right there. Time. I hear him.
Caleb, can you hear us? Awesome.
Sweet.
You got your camera there, guy?
Is my camera on?
No, but there is a camera button in the middle of your screen. It looks like a little video camera.
Okay.
There he is.
Hey,
Caleb, what's going on?
how are you, Matt?
Good, buddy. How are you doing?
Good, man.
Hey, are we taking away from educating the young minds right now?
This is actually my period off, so it's perfect.
Nice. Well, thanks for making the time for us today. We're excited to talk to you as always. Hey, we just played your introductory video for Fishing for the Heart. Say your last name so I stop messing it up one more time.
So last name is Niedfeldt.
Niedfeldt. There it is. That's awesome. So what's going on, my man? You've been pretty busy this winter time, taking a lot of groups out?
Yeah, so winter's been our busiest time of the year. Because we can take up to 50 people out at a time on the ice. And the way ice fishing is set up now with the electronics and, tip-ups, automatics, tip-downs, jig rods, and we have Vexlars and things for the kids. We have a wide variety of things going on.
Yep.
We just got done, actually, with our season on Sunday.
Oh, so you wrapped up the ice season now? I mean, just how are ice conditions down by you? Not like it's really is a big topic, but...
Ice conditions down by us are awesome right now. We don't have the snow that you guys have up north.
Yep.
We got a small crust of snow on the ice, so it's perfect for walking. It's not slippery right now. And we have probably smaller lakes, 12 to 15 inches of ice.
Oh, perfect conditions. So down by you, you're getting into some of those late season ice fishing tactics like you and I want to talk about at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah. So why we got you here is we want to talk about Fishing for the Heart. So I want you to go ahead and break it down. When did it start? What made you want to start this organization? And just talk about, Fishing for the Heart for those who aren't aware of it, that they can understand it and then maybe try to be a part of it as well.
Yeah. Okay, so I've been a fisherman most of my life. we used to ride our bikes from my house 6 blocks away from Lake Winnebago and take our rods and our bike and our stringer and head down to the lake and be there all day. So I started when I was really young. And for me, even now into adulthood, it's been that chance to get away from the noisiness of the world, like I said in the video.
Yep.
And trust me, there is so much busyness now. I mean, it's the first time I've ever done a Skype. I'm not really IT, tech savvy, but I've been fishing a lot, and it's been ingrained in me. I love it, to the point where even for me, it's been almost a therapy in my life. When times get tough, or when there's stress going on at work or with the family, you get away and you get away from that, and you focus on fishing.
Right.
And for the kids now, my whole goal is to teach fishing, and then also to give them the experience that I had. So it's not just like a one-day clinic where we go in and teach them how to fish, give them a free rod and reel and a tackle box, and then say, okay, go have fun.
Right.
We actually stay with the kids, and we teach them in the classroom, and then we also teach them on the water. So the cool thing about Fishing for the Heart and where it's gone since we started, it used to just be trips with church groups and weekend stuff and seminars. But now that I'm teaching in all special education school, we actually have field trips during the week. So we'll take 2 kids out in the boat at a time with myself and another mentor, and we will do some serious bass fishing. I mean, this isn't just bobbers and bluegills. This is like we're teaching them how to throw a spinnerbait and how to flip a jig and throw a Senko. We do some bobbers if they don't cooperate, but
right.
Most of our trips are really successful that way because we're able to work one-on-one in that regard. And then for the ice fishing trips, I have 5 or 6 dedicated guys that help me out almost every trip now. And so we're able to kind of do a seminar on the ice, teach them kind of, if they're first time, like what's going on.
Yep.
But in the classroom, especially with these kids, I see them every day because I'm actually their full-time physical education teacher. And they all have, different situations that are going on, whether it's, sorry, I just had a message come in. You guys see that or no?
No, I can't see it. No, you're
You
good
just
to
see
go.
me?
Yep, we
Okay,
just see
never
you.
mind that.
That's all we want to see.
Yeah. So these kids see me on a daily basis, so they have that trust, A lot of these kids are from inner city Milwaukee, and we bus them to Hales Corners. And so they would never have this opportunity to get out on the ice ever. I mean, it's like walking on the moon to some of these kids,
Right.
And I was able to provide boots for them last year because some of them were like, well, can I wear these tennis shoes out there?
No.
And if
Right.
you've been out on the ice, that's not going to last long. So we've had an awesome ice fishing season. And the reason I say that it's not done for me by any means and,
Right.
and other, families and stuff that we might take out on an individual basis, but our group trips are done because the game fish season closed for us
Oh.
and for most of the state other than Lake Winnebago. And
Right.
so if you take out the tip-ups and the automatics and you're just left with jigging, it's a good time for more one-on-one stuff, but not for big groups.
Correct. So when did you start Fishing for the Heart?
So this is another question people ask me. It actually, the nonprofit itself started in 2013,
Okay.
but I've been teaching fishing for over 20 years because I taught at the high school level, and we called it the Adventure Club back then. We would take kids to Eagle River on a weekend, and we did field trips during the same thing like we're kind of running now during the kids stuff. But we did fly fishing to Montana, all that kind of stuff. Like I said, again, I wanted to make it as real as possible for them to experience what I've experienced as a fisherman. And you're able to teach them on. I always choose bodies of water that are pretty successful. The fish are pretty active.
Yep.
And we're able to usually have a good day. I mean, it's fishing, so you never know, and the weather's always an issue. And look
Right.
at this year. I mean, you guys up north will be fishing till April on the ice.
Yep.
Right.
Yo, that's for sure. Yeah, we got plenty of ice and plenty of snow that we got to get through, but yeah, that's just so awesome. I mean, what do you think on a yearly basis from the ice season to the open water season, how many groups do you think you run through? I mean, I know it's probably, I don't need exact. We're just
Right. It's kind of, so let's just say for this winter, now keep in mind that I have a full-time job and I also have a family and 2 small kids at home, and my son would love to get into it more, but he's 8.
Yep.
We get to the lake at like 5:30 a.m. and we stay till 4.
Okay.
So we're there, and for a lot of the groups, it's an open house type of thing. So I haven't been able to bring him out full time, but I'm away from the family and things like that. So obviously we schedule around Christmas and holidays and stuff. But other than those weekends, we were completely booked this year.
Wow.
And there's other schools that are trying to get us to come into their schools. And as we grow, we'll just have to see how it goes. But right now I'm full-time contracted, and we're looking to expand and grow. There's a lot more people following us. There's more people that know about us.
Yep.
So we're trying to fill the need for fishing, and there's other schools that have contacted me, and we've tried to find days that I'm off and they're on, but it just hasn't coincided yet. That's why in the summer's a good time for us to run, individualized type of trips. We've done group boat outings. There's a couple guys that are professional walleye guys on our board. They want to get Lake Winnebago involved, and so another guy's a Lake Michigan specialist. I kind of stay off the big pond. I'm a bass guy.
Yep.
So he's available to run trips, and we took 2 kids out in April to Lake Michigan jigging for browns, and we ended up with 7 or 8 in the boat, and we had a huge one on. It was screaming out drag, and I handed it to the kid, and the second he got it, the kid was kind of small. It was too big for him. The rod kind of tip went down, and we lost it. But he got the the drag was screaming. I think I might have lost my rod actually if I let him hold on to it for any longer.
Well, that's
I would say, if you're asking about like the quantity of people that we get out or the numbers, we've had up to 50 people on the ice at one time. Our jamboree, we had 35 kids at the fishing clinic.
Awesome.
Every one of those kids got a free rod and reel from NPAA.
Yep.
So, there's just more people that are supporting and trying to get out and get the kids. I mean, like I said in the video, social media is a huge issue right now with kids being on cell phones and not getting outdoors and being interactive.
Right.
Like I tell the kids, the only video game I ever play is the Vexlar.
Yes. Yes.
You know what I mean? You're on the ice. It's like a video game.
It sure is. And it's a great way
I'll
to
tell
entertain.
you what, these kids get addicted to Fortnite and whatever else. I'm addicted to my Vexlar. If I leave that home, I'm not going fishing.
Yeah, we've had that conversation a number of times in here. And, yeah, if you leave your electronic at home or your battery goes dead, typically it makes you wonder how we were successful before that kind of stuff.
Well, we were smarter back then, I think, Matt. We
Yeah.
didn't rely on cell phones to get us everywhere either with Google Maps,
Yeah, that's crazy. That's
Right?
true. My father-in-law still uses maps. He still draws out his plan of attack on his Gazette and whatever, the Gazetteer or whatever the heck it is.
Yeah, I had the Gazette when I lived up north, and it was real beneficial to find some of those smaller lakes.
Yes. Yep. But now think of everything we can do. But that's phenomenal that with a full-time job, a full-time family, and, everything like that, you can still make time to help get so many people, not just kids alone, but, adults and all kinds of family members out there on the water and teaching them that, like you said, there's more to life than just looking in a screen. Get out there and see what the world has to offer. And that's really awesome on your part that, you got to toot your own horn. You get to fish as well while you're out there. But, you're an extraordinary person to make time for all this kind of stuff, Caleb. So, I know I appreciate it, and I'm sure there's others out there that feel the same way I do. So, with all these trips that you have booked, how if somebody wanted to help volunteer for this, what's the best way for them to, get looked into that situation?
Yeah, so they can go to our website and contact me through the email. Otherwise, we have a Facebook page. We're on Instagram, and they can message me if they're a Facebook. They can join Facebook or whatever, or message me through that. I think Instagram has Messenger too.
Yep.
And it's just Fishing for the Heart. Type it up. The website should come up. There's a contact page where they can put their email in, and I'll get back to them. We check that on a regular basis. And most of our trips right now, are generally run in the greater Milwaukee area. We're looking to expand some of that, possibly looking at, in the summer running some different types of camps. I know I spend a lot of time up in Shawano. Good buddy that works for you guys, Ty Cornell.
Yep.
He's a good friend of mine, and he's real close to there, so he's my bass fishing buddy.
Yep.
And so we've even talked about doing a clinic up there, like 3 days, and then take the kids out on boats. But as it expands and depending on where it goes, and if it grows to a point where we can support, a couple people on staff, then we can definitely do some more traveling in Wisconsin and Minnesota. And, La Crosse is where I went to school, and Wausau I have friends, and there's good fishing all over the state. So it'd be fun to connect with other kids.
Right.
But as far as volunteers go, generally our trips right now are run around here.
Okay.
And so the volunteering aspect of it, if you lived in the area, definitely, get a hold of me. We just run a quick background check, obviously, and we're covered through insurance liability for driving the kids to and from the lake, and then while they're out there. I'm surprised that we got insurance for ice fishing, for that many kids. But hey, thank you, West Bend Mutual.
Right. Good shout out to them. So yeah, actually, Zach posted on the comment section here the link to the website and everything like that. And then I don't know if James Keller sent you the message, but he said, "Is your organization a 501c3?"
Yes, it's a 501c3. Correct. Yep.
Okay, he had that question, so hopefully we got that answered for him and everything like that.
Is James Keller on the line right now, or he commented?
Yeah, he's on the messenger. He's watching the show, and also he's commenting on the show. I think we're we got quite a few people listening, and we got a Greg Strelo. Do you know him? You are doing great things.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Greg. I know Greg through a buddy of mine from up here. I believe that's his uncle, and then I met Jim when I was up there for the seminar the last time.
Yep, we've had you
at the Real Shot. I think it was a Thursday or Friday night before Christmas.
Yep, we had you in house. You talked ice fishing, what you mostly do. So let's keep talking a little bit about your background. I mean, obviously you've been fishing for a long time. Now, did you and Ty fish tournaments together as well?
Well, Ty and I, we did fish tournaments together, but we didn't ever get real serious about it. So it was we fished the tournaments out in Shawano. There was, I think, 2 a year that we would do.
Yep.
But we just, we love fishing together. And, part of fishing isn't always about catching the fish. It's about the people that you're with and the bonds that you create with them. And just for Ty and I, like to get away together. And we will laugh in the boat,
Yep.
The things you say to each other. I mean, it's just a lot of we call it stupid talk, You've talked to Ty. Ty's a great guy. He knows his stuff about bass fishing.
Oh,
so,
yeah, he is the main
every
man.
year he comes out with a new product I need to use, and it's the new best thing. And sure enough, Ty will outfish me on that.
Has he been talking to you a lot about how the bass selection's growing now at the Real Shot?
Yeah, Ty said it's amazing at the Real Shot. That's why I'm hoping to get down there and do a end of March clinic or something on ice fishing and get rid of all your ice fishing gear. But and I want to check out that selection too. Yeah, he said just probably the best in the state from what I hear.
Yeah, we're working as hard as we can to be as competitive as we can with some of the other bigger companies out there. But I know Ty was off yesterday. He came back in today, and I told him that you were on, and he wanted to make time to get in here and rip on you a little bit, but obviously we found that you're the winner on that one. So you can talk bad about him as much as you want.
Yeah, but he's probably in his office right now eating a granola bar and drinking some Kool-Aid.
Yeah, hopefully he's on the floor picking orders and everything like that. James did say he will be making a grant, so I don't know what that means for you, but I think that's good news for you.
That's really good news. That would be awesome, Jim. I appreciated meeting you the other day, and we need all the help we can get, just to provide even the safety of the. I'm running a 2005 boat right now, and we're looking to possibly upgrade that.
Yep.
We have actually 2 4-wheelers that 2 of the guys that belong to our organization. It's their personal vehicles, but we don't have to pull our shanties out anymore, so that's nice.
That is nice.
It's old to pull them onto the ice.
Well,
the other thing I wanted to just touch base about is, our organization is a Christian organization, and everything that we role model to the public, we try to do it, as Jesus would have. And that's the kind of character traits that we build, whether you're a Christian organization or you're an outside group, big brothers, big sisters coming in. We model that, and we foster that in the kids, how you act on the ice, how you treat each other,
correct,
the patience you need with fishing, not leaving garbage on the ice. We always leave the ice cleaner than it is.
Right.
And talking to them about not just those things, but how everything works with safety and the water, and what the DNR does for us. I mean, it's amazing. If we didn't have the DNR, we'd have a lot of these lakes wouldn't be the way they are today.
Oh, for sure. I mean, we seen that firsthand. We did a landing tour a couple of times this season, and the way the DNR and the way some of these private clubs help keep these landings and all the lake portions looking great. And then you go to some of the public landings and there's trash all over the place. It just makes you sick to your stomach because That's not what we want it. That's not the way we want it to be, nor should we have it ever be that way. So that's
Right.
outstanding that you're teaching people, because now at the end of the season here, especially ice fishing, this is when you get out there in that late part of the season and you just see all the garbage that people decide to leave out there, or you look down your hole and you see that shiny can that was. I mean, seriously, we always say just pick your stuff up. So for somebody else to educate, everyone and leave it better than the way it was is.
Yeah, I mean, we want to educate, the right way. So we go about it the way that we fish and the way that we teach. That's how we want them to eventually do it. So, I mean, there's no reason to teach if you're not going to do it the right way right away, and get the kids doing the right thing. That's what I want run across on some of the busier lakes down here, like Pewaukee and things. And it's a lot of times it is the younger generation. They eat out on the ice, they grill out, they leave all their stuff out there, and I can't believe it,
Right.
all the trash. And that's not what we promote at all. And, we all want to clean resources for the next generation. I mean, I have 2 kids. My son Graham loves to fish, and we want to, keep that the way it is for them.
Right. That makes a lot of sense. So with the fishing stuff, what is you said your tip-up fish, your automatic fish. I mean, what have you noticed any trends down there this year on what was, performing better? I know when we did the seminar up here, you said like the tungsten fly type bite was pretty good.
Yeah.
Did you talk a little bit more about the tactics you used and what was maybe performing a little bit better than others?
Yeah, so this year we had a really good bite on one of our lakes down here. I can't disclose that,
It's always
But,
referred to as Lake X. You know that,
But,
Caleb.
yes, Lake X, as Ty would call it.
Yes.
And we set up in this bay, and we did not have to leave there the whole time. So every single group we brought there, we had access through a restaurant. And when we first started, and I didn't start trips until January 15th.
Right.
It was my first one because of the ice conditions down here. We only had 4 inches January 6th.
Yep.
And it was sketchy. So, but right off the bat, we were catching, 18-inch bass up to 33-inch northerns. The one day I had 6 flags, or not flags, but automatics out of the ice without minnows. That's how much we were running with the girls softball team we had out. That continued throughout the year. Obviously, the weather and the pressure you put on those fish, some days were better than others, but we were always able to get on panfish. And there's an 8-inch size limit on the bluegills on the lake, or whatever, crappies. So there's always those 7 and 7/8, and those are nice fish anywhere. And
Yes.
These kids are reeling them up with ultralights.
Yep.
You're always marking fish on the Vexlar. We'd have cameras down there. Tim Newman from Bruce City Trolling Motors helps us out now, and he's able to. He's not so busy right now, so I just recall this: we had 7, 8 kids around the camera and around Tim, just watching the camera, and these kids were ready to go. They were like, "Oh, the tip-ups aren't going up. I want to leave, and I'm cold." And then we got the camera out, and they were just staring at it, and we were taking turns reeling in fish. We had a bass come in, a 14-inch bass. They saw him come in and bite the jig. That's really cool.
Yep.
For them to get the visual of how it's working down there. And so we have really good volunteers, guys that know what they're doing. I mean, like I said, 2 of the guys are professional walleye guys.
Awesome.
I am not a walleye guy. Like I said, I'm a bass guy. We have a guy that could be a professional, Lake Michigan guy. And so we have enough boats now to run more summer things as well.
Right.
The other thing I will say is we had on Friday this past week, we had the youngest kids out. That's 2nd grade through 4th grade. And these kids have 20 minutes of gym, and they can barely make it in the gym because they have so much ADHD and just temper tantrums and things like that. We got them on the ice, and we had a good day of tip-ups line and a good mixture of stuff. Those kids didn't want to leave.
That's awesome.
And they had to take a bathroom break. We had to take the kids on the 4-wheeler back to the restaurant. All of them but one stayed back. And while they were gone, we caught a 32-inch pike, which I posted on Instagram and had a video on there of this kid, Alex. And so, hey, the fish bit right when he ran over there, too. He's a fast kid and got there in time. That was actually on a tip-up. I'm a big automatic guy.
Yep.
So, Kerry Paulson, thank you for always supporting us. The automatics are so cool for this fact, Matt. I had a 3-year-old reel in a 25-inch pike by herself.
Wow.
A 3-year-old, why that works? Because all she had to do is pick the rod up and start reeling.
Reeling.
Obviously, we're there for line guidance and stuff.
Yep.
But you're never going to do that with a tip up.
No, and
So
I
that's
mean,
what the automatic does for me. It adds another dimension, and just the rod snap and then the plastic sound and kids running. We're going to have an ice fishing video coming out real soon. A guy on the board, Joe Kekkeisen, is an unbelievable videographer. You maybe haven't heard that name. He does a hunting show as well. And he's going to post a pretty cool picture of our ice fishing season. So you'll be able to check that out on our website as well.
oh, sweet. It sounds like everything for the most part worked out the way you wanted it to, and you're having a great successful year. And it sounds like the ice or the spring summer season is booked up for you really well. But again, if anybody wants to get a hold of you, just go ahead and plug everything again. So I know you got to get back to teaching really soon and educating all these young minds and everything like that. But make sure everybody knows where they can reach you one more time.
Yeah, so you guys can go to fishingfortheheart.com.
Yep.
You can go to Facebook and look us up at Fishing for the Heart. Instagram is Fishing for the Heart 6, I believe. If you want to post my number up there, that's fine too.
Okay.
I really don't mind if people text me and stuff. I am a guy that will get back to you as well. You know, I know there's some guys that are just so busy that a lot of times, they don't hear back from people, but I'll get back to you and let you know what's going on and stuff.
Awesome.
We're always looking for volunteers. Also on our website, there's a donate button.
Yep.
And we also have our Fishing for the Heart gear, which I personally designed. So don't rip on any of these hats. They're cool, man.
I
But
think
they can
Zach
buy the
and
gear on
Ty
there.
have
Every
one.
time they purchase one of our products, $7 goes back to rod and reel combos and stuff like that for the kids after we cover our costs.
Awesome.
So yeah, that's how you get a hold of me. My number is 414-324-5594.
Sweet, man. Well, again, we really appreciate you making time for us today. I don't want to keep you too long so you can get back to what you're doing. But, we look forward to having you again in store, and maybe we'll even get you, sitting right next to me in one of these chairs soon enough. But let's stay in touch, you and I, and let's get on some big gills here in the late season, and we'll get Zach out there and we'll film it, and maybe we'll invite Ty. I'm not sure if I'm a big fan of that.
Well,
one.
we'll see. The thing about Ty is if you get a hot hole, he'll come fish it right with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
you got to watch out for that guy.
Yeah, that's right.
But definitely, yeah, I'd love to do a little video on some late ice stuff. It's actually my favorite time to ice fish.
Yep.
We have some smaller lakes actually by me where you actually have to walk through the woods a ways, and that deters people from going. But this year I caught a 12-inch bluegill.
Ooh.
That's going on the wall, and it's the biggest to date. And actually on that day I had Joe out there, the video guy, so we have really good pictures of it and stuff. And we had his son out there and things. But definitely, this is the time you can fish in a sweatshirt. Well, not today, but coming up. Ice is melting, the oxygen levels are starting to get better, once that water starts flowing back in, and the fish should be pounding your jig. So.
Right. Cool, man. Well, again, we really appreciate it. We'll let you get back to what you got going on, but you and I will stay in touch, and hopefully people reach out to you and either try to book something or, lend a hand or make a donation to everything that you got going on. So
appreciate it, Matt. You guys take care over there. Say hi to Ty, and I definitely want to try to get in there and check out that bass stuff.
Yes. Well, don't wait, because that product's going to go fast. We can also go on the website, realshot.com, and start taking a peek at it as well. But, yeah, I'll let Ty know you say hello.
All right. Appreciate that.
Yep. Hey, good job. You did your first Skype, and you did an amazing job. So.
Hey, I had to download it this morning. It was nerve-wracking. It took me like 30 minutes. My computer was cold, but whatever. It worked out, right?
Yep, we got you here, and you did a great job. So, again, thanks, Caleb. That's Caleb with Fishing for the Heart. We're going to let him go, and, we'll continue moving on. We'll see you, buddy.
All right, man. God bless.
Yep. Awesome. That's phenomenal.
Yeah, it's definitely awesome.
He is such a great guy, and everything he's doing is simply amazing. So, I mean, hopefully everybody got some good information, what he's all about and what Fishing for the Heart is all about. And, if there's anybody that's looking to, lend a hand in any certain way they can, definitely reach out to Caleb. We do have all his information. Zach continues to post, like, the Facebook link, his website link, or page and all that kind of stuff on there, too. Yep. So I know Jim was a real big fan of what he's got going on, so maybe that'll lead to some bigger things for him as well. But, to kind of go back to how this works for both of us is, he mentioned them automatic fishermen, and that's something we definitely carry in store.
Yep.
And I think there's still quite a few left on that.
I think I saw a couple up there today.
Yep. So, I mean, again, like a lot of the stuff that Caleb uses is a lot of things that we carry in store. So if anybody's still looking for one of those, I've used a couple of different versions of, maybe not the automatic fisherman, but ones that help you out, or like a tip-down version. And they do, especially if you're taking kids out, they do make it a lot more entertaining. So with the sales, oh, there you go. Zach's got it up on the website right now.
Yep, I'm just going to post a link to it. So
perfect. Yeah, that worked out. In the tip-ups, a lot of the ice accessories are going quite fast now with the sales we have going on, but the tackle selection is still probably the best in the valley. Toot, toot, there's our horn going on. So I think, Zach, if we get out with him, we're going to, do a good video for everything, and then that also help, he just said he's got a pretty good videographer. We'll have to see his work compared to your work. I don't know.
I mean, if it's the same guy who did his video, I mean, I give him props.
That turned out really, really well.
He's one-upping me right there. But here's the link to the automatic fisherman if my computer wants to cooperate.
Awesome. Yeah, Ryan said he needs a Helix 5. Looks like everyone is sold out and back ordered. Ooh, I don't know what we have available. I know our electronics, after we kind of marked them down, they started blowing out of here.
It's a funny market with electronics because they don't really need to be marked down much, but it's it's a big ticket item for a lot of shops, but the second it goes down, $10, $20, $30, I mean, it's just like that because most places don't like to discount, but guess what? They also must like to sit on products, so
yeah,
which we don't like to do. So
well, no, I mean, if it helps somebody out to get a little bit better deal on something, of course, I always look at it in a way of course, we do use stuff. Matt Eggert in the archery room right now has been just selling a ton of bows, new bows, used bows, youth bows, all that kind of stuff. But we do the used stuff. So we're at that point in time right now. If you're cleaning out the closet of your ice fishing gear or, starting to get prepped for your spring stuff and you realize that you have a lot of overfill on some stuff, bring it in here. With the way we're blowing up the fishing world right now with all our tackle, clean out the old, bring it in, and get some of the new stuff. Come see Tony. Come see Egger. You can either do it for cash. You can do it for in-store credit. So if you're waiting on it, you're not sure what you're looking to get, throw it on your credit account and use it as you see fit,
Yeah, and shameless plug, if you got a bunch of junky-looking crankbaits that you're thinking about throwing away, throw them my way. My wife wants them for a project, just saying. I can even toss you a little coin.
Yeah. Well, cool. I know Ryan's a huge supporter of us, and we appreciate him. We do try to have the best prices we possibly can, but, I don't know where that Caleb stuff was phenomenal, dude.
Yeah, no, definitely. Like I said before, I mean, being one of those people that takes fishing in a way that's more than just putting a fish on your hook, it's cool because a lot of these kids are not getting the experience from their parents or their families, especially when they're coming from the inner city.
Right.
They're not getting that, and it's sad, but it's true. And for somebody to be able to go out of their way and make time in the busy and hectic world that we're in right now, to be able to go and do that for other people's families or their other people's children's and getting everybody involved is just absolutely fantastic.
I would wonder, I forgot to ask him this, but I'd be kind of curious on, like, as these kids grow up, how many come back around, saying that maybe this was an experience, and this should have been a good question for him, but
right.
How many that one experience maybe changed their life in a direction that they weren't possibly going to go.
Right, and the big thing too is maybe it wasn't every kid, right?
Yep.
But if even just one, I feel like Caleb would feel the same way. As even if one child out of maybe 50 in a group, right, came back around and said that they changed their life because they were introduced to something like fishing.
Yep.
That makes it worth it.
Think about the patience that those guys got to have. 50 kids out ice fishing.
Yeah, right.
And try to keep them entertained that whole time.
Right. I have a hard time keeping ice fishing.
I was gonna say.
I'm the type of person that's sitting there with my screen. Sorry, but I'm watching Netflix. I'm watching, but at the same time, I'm like.
You needed an organization like Fishing for the Heart in your life.
I might, or I just need some better fishing spots.
That's true too. Well, and that's awesome. So that's probably one thing he's going to be looking for as well. So not only if you can't physically make a donation or volunteer your time, maybe you got a good lake that would be awesome for in that area. It sounds like it's the Milwaukee area.
Yeah.
And
heck, if we're in the Milwaukee area, that's pretty close to a buddy of mine who's been trying to get pretty involved with our stuff and on our affiliate program.
Yep.
So maybe he'll even want to come out and join us.
Oh yeah, we should get Caleb on the affiliate program.
Yeah.
I think he'd do a great job of that.
We can reach out to him.
Reach out to him. We got his number. But I like the fact, we had mentioned that you're doing the Learn to Hunt program. I've been mentoring. I know Mark here, Mark Druick mentors quite often. He's been a part of that a lot longer than I have. But it's so cool to go out and witness or be a part of a first for somebody.
Right.
It's not always the catch or the harvest. It's the first,
It's the experience.
It's the experience. And that's, for me, that's super fulfilling. And I look forward to that every year when the Wapaka Learn to Hunt comes through and I can go out there and see the kids. There's some kids, adults that never turkey hunted, never deer hunted, never fished before. And to get them a part of that and hopefully point them in a direction where that's something that they want to be a part of more and more, that's a really good feeling. And it's no different than, working on the sales floor and selling somebody something and they go out and they have success with it. They come back and they're smiling ear to ear. It just makes you feel really good inside and that you helped that person out in a good way. So
right.
It is super cool. And like I said, it doesn't always have to be, you don't always have to catch something. But the hardest part at times can be keeping people entertained.
Right.
And so for him, a great point, get their mind off the screen of the cell phone or the TV, but they're also watching the screen, but they're watching it live. They're watching some fish down there, seeing how the fish interact and all that kind of stuff too. So, yeah, I think that's super cool. That was a really good episode with him on there talking about fishing for the heart. So we got some cool stuff coming up here.
Yep. On Friday, we've got the turkey call making contest.
Yep.
We're gonna try and figure out something to do with that, but we will be live here in studio.
So we had talked about streaming that. Hopefully we can maybe get a camera out there, get something cool to see. I'm just gonna be interested in all the different sounds and the way these turkey calls look and and sound. That should be really cool. The biggest thing, like we talked about with Carl on Monday, was they have to be fully functional.
Right.
And they got to be easy to use where, like, somebody that's a novice can come up here and pick one up. So remember that is here Friday and Saturday it's open to the public.
Right.
So, the weather sounds like it might be a little rainy. Obviously, be safe if you're traveling over to the Real Shop, but that might be a good reason to get the kids in here and have them come check it out, get them interacted with some turkey calls. And we will be fully stocked for the most part on turkey calls, decoys, accessories. We do have ammunition on the sales floor.
Yep.
For your shotgun loads and all that kind of stuff too. Steve, Mark, those guys will be around, to talk to. I think Carl is working as well on Saturday too. So anybody that's starting to get the jump on this upcoming turkey season, don't forget, like, it's right around the corner. The other thing too is leftover turkey tags go on sale March 18th.
Right.
So it's zone 1 first, and then every day after that is a different zone. Zone 3 is probably one of the biggest zones, starts Wednesday. So if you're looking to get some of them leftover turkey tags, like I have to, all that kind of stuff starts up. Reminder that the big game species, for the most part, unless it's on the Lake Winnebago for fishing, has closed. So you are kind of stuck to doing some pan fishing and everything like that, but well, I don't know. What else you got? Anything awesome?
No, I think that pretty much covers everything.
Yep.
This has been a great show.
Yep.
Caleb was awesome. Lots of good information packed into here, and I think that kind of wraps it all up.
Wraps it up. We can get back to making some more cool. Oh, IGTV. We're starting to put more videos on Instagram TV.
Yep, Instagram TV. We're going to start using that now. It's a little weird, at least on our side.
Yeah.
But once we get used to it and once everything gets rolling, it's going to be pretty cool for everybody.
Yep. So we got the Flame King video out there now.
Yep.
I think you mentioned you wanted to get the bull build.
Yep.
Where we built the Hoyt RX3.
Yep.
So that one should probably be up there shortly. So again, if you're cruising through Instagram and you're on the TRS Outdoors page,
right,
click on the IGTV and you'll be able to watch some of those videos, as well as you'll be able to watch them on Facebook and YouTube and all that kind of cool stuff. So,
right.
Zach, it's your time to tell people where they can find all this amazing content, and then we'll wrap it up from there.
Definitely, yeah. So remember, everybody, when you are looking for our content or would like to help support us, first off is TRS Live. Just remember, like, comment, and share. It's right at the bottom of your video.
So simple.
Just helps you remind yourself.
Yep.
Every time you comment, it actually helps boost us so that more of our fans can see our video.
Well,
which is awesome. But then also, if you guys share it, gets a little bit more reach out there.
Yep.
But not only dependent for likes and shares, but Instagram. At TRS Outdoors. Remember, if you have an Instagram account, head over there and give us a follow. We post a lot of cool stuff there, and we're going to start rolling out some Instagram-only promotions here shortly, so it's going to be a really valuable asset for you if you like to shop with us a lot.
Yep.
And then also, remember, here on Facebook, if you haven't liked us already, just scroll slightly up and hit the like button. And, yeah, otherwise, YouTube, The Real Shot, we're almost to 1,000 subscribers. We're at 915.
On YouTube already?
On YouTube, yeah. So, with that being said, remember, we have a giveaway going on right now. It is the Shimano Stratic.
Yep, I'll get that shared again today so people remember. That's got to be at, like, what, 15 days left by now?
Something like that. I'm actually going to pull it up here just so I can get you guys a idea of where to go for it. So
you went to what site are you on right now?
So I'm on TRSOutdoors.com or outdoors.therealshot.com/giveaways. If you just go there, there's a giveaways button. And then you will see that currently we have 9,082 individual entries on our giveaway. So there's 15 days left. It's super easy. All the ways that you enter are right down here. You literally can click the button to subscribe on YouTube. You visit and follow our Instagram. All this stuff gets you entries into the giveaway. So it's totally worth it. Please also just go over there, check out TRS Outdoors. That's where a lot of our media content's going to start going. Besides YouTube and whatnot. So
well, share that for us as well. I mean, I know everybody wants to win that thing, but share it out there. Let's get
there's
some
actually
good, healthy competition.
Not only can you share it yourself,
but
there's also part of this here giveaway is actually right here is refer your friends. So every friend that you refer, up to 10 friends, get you an additional entry into the giveaway.
Wow.
So every friend you refer to, +1. Just remember, too, on the sidebar here, you can actually listen to the TRS Live podcast, which is literally just our show without video that you can listen to on the go with your phone closed.
Which a lot of people probably appreciate not seeing me all the time.
And myself. At least I get the option to pull myself off the screen. So.
Yeah, you are lucky that way.
So that's pretty much everything. So remember, please, guys, support us. It helps us make more stuff for you. And we're going to go ahead and wrap this one up. So, again, thanks everybody for watching. Do you have anything else to say?
Yeah, I do. I just want to say, everybody, just be safe.
Yeah, be safe out there. Whether you're driving to work, going fishing, or playing some Fortnite, either one.
Playing some Fortnite. Yeah.
So, all right, guys. Well,
cool.
Have a good rest of your day, and we'll see you next time.
See you later.